Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. Last time we wrapped up the second day of investigation where we learned a little bit more about the DL6 incident and how it may in fact be related to this trial. What with the victim of this trial being the defense attorney for the DL6 trial, but yeah, that's beside the point. And yeah, we found out the name of the person who was the prime suspect for DL6, who was found innocent, a Mr. Yanni Yogi. And we also found the other witness for this trial. It was Phoenix Wright's and Maya Faye's uncle, dad, who wants them to inherit the noodle business. I mean, he also, in his spare time manages a boat rental shop, but, most importantly, he runs a noodle shop. Anyway, let's go. Court time. Yeah. God, how I've missed you, Von Karma. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Miles Edgeworth. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well. Apparently the prosecution is also ready. Who is the judge here anyway? Mr. Von Karma, your opening statement. Very well, no opening statement, so... Not so fast, Judge. I was taking a meaningful pause before speaking. I feel like I've given him a different voice, but whatever. It's been at least a week since I voiced him, so I've forgotten. But right, of course. A prediction. Today's trial will end 3 minutes from now. Order! Order! Mr. Von Karma, what is the meaning of your statement just now? Bah! Must you question everything? It will be over in 3 minutes. We have no time to waste. I'll call my witness now. Right. I call my witness, my decisive witness, to the stand. It's that mysterious boat shop owner. Alright, we have to go. 3 minutes. Let's do this. Witness, state your profession. I am the proprietor of the restaurant, the Wet Noodle at Gourd Lake. And I also rent boats. The night of the incident, you were in the boat rental shop, correct? Yup, I was. Please testify. Wait a second. We still haven't heard who this old guy is. Raise an objection. Wait a minute. The witness hasn't stated his name yet. Because I did not ask him, Mr. Wright. Bah! I have predicted this trial will end in 3 minutes. Stop asking trivial questions and cooperate. Yeah, right. The witness will state his name. Well, I'm not really sure, yeah? What do you mean? My memory. Your Honor, the witness does not remember anything beyond the last several years. Ergo, he cannot recall his own name. He can't recall, you say? Yes, but the incident in question took place 3 days ago. He can testify. Very well. Let's hear his testimony then, shall we, witness? How do you not remember your own name? God, this dementia is worse than I thought. Night of the murder. It was the night of the 24th, just after midnight, yeah. I was in the restaurant where I rent boats, as usual. And I heard a bang, yeah. When I looked out the window, I saw a boat just floating on the lake. And I heard another bang. Just about then, the boat comes back to shore and a man walks by my window. Very well. I'd like to begin the cross-examination. There is nothing to question in my witness's testimony. Ergo, no need for cross-examination. Besides, there are only 10 seconds left before our 3 minutes are up. Judge, your verdict, now. Yes. Mr. Wright? No, yeah, we're gonna cross-examine. I mean, come on. What are you saying? Of course I'll cross-examine the witness. Very well, you may begin. Excuse me, Mr. Von Karma? 3 minutes just passed. I see. Well then, let's just take our time. You may cross-examine the witness. Dude has anger management problems. I mean, you know, he just wanted this to end in 3 minutes. I mean, you know, anybody would be mad if they, you know, don't meet a deadline, but alright. It was the night of the 24th, just after midnight. Yep. Hold it. Just after midnight, you say? Yep, just around then. Are you sure? Because then wouldn't that be the 25th? Ooh, pretty sure, yeah. When I talked to you yesterday, you were rather vague about the time. I'm surprised you seem so sure about it today. I asked him and he remembered. Isn't that right? Don't glare at me like that. I remember it clearly, I did, yeah. You see? Continue. Okay, in the restaurant where he rents boats as usual. Is there anyone who can verify that? Well, I guess Polly could. That's not good enough for a court of law. Mr. Wright, exactly what's not good enough? Your Honor, this Polly is a parrot. A parrot? Don't be so hard on the girl, Keithy boy. Keith? The prosecution concedes that we cannot prove the witness was in the shop. Witness, please continue. Then I heard a bang. And where did the bang seem to come from? Was it DDP? That is a reference nobody's gonna get. Okay. From the lake, I figure. Are you certain? Yeah. Good. Continue. When I looked out the window, saw a boat just a-floating, but it was foggy outside. How'd you see boat in some fog? Apparently, I'm from Brooklyn now. Hey, come on. Oh, no. I was about to do something based off of this, like, really random and yet amazing Twitter account where it's like a stereotypical fat guy from Brooklyn is just ranting about anything and everything. It is an amazing Twitter account. Unfortunately, I cannot remember the name. I'm going to have to ask around like what it was. All right. Was there someone in the boat? It was pretty far out there. I couldn't see clearly. But I figured there was 2 men out there, yeah? But you couldn't see them clearly? Yeah. At the time, that is. At the time. And I heard another bang. So you heard 2 gunshots total? Yeah. That's what Lotta said in her testimony yesterday. Just about then, the boat comes back to shore and a man walks by my window. By your window? Yeah, by my window, right outside the window of my little shack. And could you see the man's face? Well, the fog was pretty darn thick, but he was right there in front of me. I saw him. This is a rather important detail. Please add it to your testimony. Tisk, tisk, tisk. I have a bad feeling about this. That man was the defendant. He was saying, I can't believe he's dead. Huh. Are you sure? Uh-oh. The dad. Dead certain, Keith. He said, I can't believe he's dead as he was walking by, too. Witness, are you sure that the person you saw was Miles Edgeworth? It was him, that Edgeworth boy. Did Dad just have a stroke? This sounds like decisive evidence indeed. I see no room for doubt. Von Karma. He lured me into cross-examining so he could set me up for a fall, rather. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Nick, I don't like the way things are going here. Everyone in the courtroom is glaring at us. I better act quick or this trial is going to be over. I don't see the point in raising an objection. Because what are we objecting to? I don't want to get a strike. Ooh. but waiting to see what happens just seems kind of... ugh. Let's wait. But how can I raise an objection without any proof? See? Judge, there's no room for doubt in the witness's testimony. I demand that you declare your verdict. The judge is lost in thought. What should I do? Alright, fine, screw it. Raise an objection then. Your Honor, this witness claims that Edgeworth said, "I can't believe he's dead." But his word is all we have. If he were telling a lie... Mr. Wright, in a court of law, the evidence tells all. Apparently you have yet to realize even this basic fact. If you say his testimony is a lie, show us proof. Nick, do we have evidence? It's no good. There's nothing I can do. Are you sure? To be honest, I don't know what to do anymore. Please. Can you hear me, sis? Please. We need your help. Nick needs you. Tisk, tisk, tisk. 3 minutes was perhaps too high in expectation. However, 15 minutes isn't bad. This must be a new record. Enough! The witness may leave the stand. This court sees no reason to further prolong the trial, nor is there any need for more time to decide the case against the defendant. This case is extremely clear. I see no room for misinterpretation of the facts. What? No! This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth. Okay. I screwed up. I screwed up bad. The accused will surrender to the court. The accused will surrender to the court immediately, to be held pending trial at a higher court within a month from today's date. That is all. The court is adjourned. Wait! Who was that just now? Me! Huh? What? Larry? What are you doing here? Listen, you gotta listen to me. I honestly thought that was Maya. I told you it's been a while since I played this game, so you know some facts I've kind of forgotten. But all right, I was there in the park the night of the murder. I wasn't sure about it until just yesterday, but today I remembered it. Remembered what? The gunshot. I heard it too. Order. What is the meaning of this? The verdict has been decided. I call for adjournment. One moment, Mr. Von Karma. So you say you heard a gunshot? Yeah, I did. A gunshot that night. I was sitting here in the audience listening to the testimony. Then I realized something he said was different from what I remember. Anyhow, I can't just sit here and let you call Edgy a murderer. It's just not right. I'll testify. Let me testify. Would this even be allowed in a real court? Order! Order! Well, this is the first time something has happened like this in my court. Not quite sure how to proceed. Judge, you've already given your decision. The trial is over. Nick! This is it! Larry's given us one final chance at this. She's right. If only it wasn't Larry. He could make things even worse. Mr. Edgeworth was just declared guilty, Nick. It doesn't get any worse. How does she read his mind there? And okay, you're right. Okay. Your Honor, if there's another witness, it is our duty to hear him speak. Right here, right now. A waste of time. The verdict cannot be overturned. Allow me to speak my opinion. In all court proceedings, it is our duty to prevent an inaccurate verdict. In order to make sure no mistake has been made, every witness should be heard. What is this? I withdraw my previous verdict of guilty. That is a judge of good moral fiber. Mr. Von Karma, I order you to call this new witness to testify. Now. What? Oh snap, judgy bossing up now. The court will adjourn for a 5-minute recess. After that, we will hear this new witness. Court is adjourned. Ooh, okay, well, we dodged a bullet there. Oh, yep. Phew. That was too close. Sorry to keep you on the edge of your seat like that, Edgeworth. I've seen worse. Yeah, right, Edgeworth. You're sweating bullets. I just wonder what Larry plans to say in there. Larry was at the lake that night? Yes. He said he went looking for the Steel Samurai balloon that flew into the lake. Oh, right! And he found the balloon in the air tank that night. Yeah. Hey, Edgeworth. Huh? You say something, right? Yeah, a lot of things. You seem out of it. What's wrong? It's nothing. Mr. Edgeworth, there's something I've been meaning to ask you. What's that? Why are your fingerprints on the murder weapon? Oh. When he fell into the lake, I went into a daze. I couldn't understand what had happened. I couldn't think straight. And I saw the pistol lying on the floor of the boat in front of me. I picked it up without thinking. I didn't have a reason, really. Why would you even... You're a lawyer! Even, like... Why? My God, if I see, like... You don't pick up random guns or knives or weapons that you see laying on the street just in case they could be tied to a murder. So, if you really didn't do it, Edgeworth, why would you pick up the frickin' gun? Anyway, I see. Right? Yeah? This might be our chance. Our chance? Von Karma has only ever run perfect trials. Perfect trials? Perfectly prepared witnesses. Perfectly complete evidence. That's the secret to his success. This is the first time he's ever had to deal with something unexpected. He has let someone he hasn't even talked to testify before the court. And that someone is Larry. What are you getting at? It's likely his testimony will be full of holes, Wright. That's right, Nick. No 10-minute trial this time. We'll milk this one for all it's worth. Hey, it was 15 minutes. 15! Everything depends on Larry now. Alright. Everything depends on Larry, huh? We're all screwed. Court is now back in session. Witness, please testify to the court about everything that you saw on the night of December 24th. Right, leave it to me. Please, Larry, don't mess this one up. I hate to admit it, but you're our last chance. Von Karma didn't even have time to prep his witness. I just hope Edgeworth is right about this being our big break. It's only a game show. Why not? Oh, wait. Crap, I messed up. It's not a game show. It's only a game. So, yeah, I know about Big Break, even though I'm not from the UK, but whatever. Anyway, the night of the murder. That night, I was out on a boat in the lake. I was looking for something, and I found it. So I quietly slipped the boat back in at the rental shop dock. Then, just as I was thinking about going home, I heard this bang. I looked out over the lake, but I didn't notice the boat. So after I heard that single gunshot, I went home. That was an unusually vague testimony, even for this court. In any matter, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. What's wrong, Nick? It's Larry. I have no idea what he's going to say if I press him. I'm a little scared. Well, we've come this far. There's no way to go but forward, Nick. Okay. But I will cut to the chase here because something does seem wrong. I mean, he was out on a boat in the lake. Yes, he was looking for something and he found it. That's irrelevant. It was the Steel Samurai in the air tank. So he quietly slipped the boat back into the rental shop dock. Apparently he was stealing the boat. Okay, but you know what? No self-incrimination. You know, plead the fifth. So we're just going to go beyond that. This is why I was thinking about going home. I heard this bang. And he's not talking about DDP. Why do I keep making that reference that nobody's going to get? I looked out over the lake, but I didn't notice the boat. So after I heard that single gunshot, I went home. Wait a minute. Didn't Lotta and Uncle Dad say the same thing? Where they heard a bang and like, wait, what's going on? Then they look out into the lake. Then they heard another gunshot. So you only heard one bang, correct? Yeah, he heard DDP and not Mick Foley. I need to stop with these just vague, so obscure references. Okay. Yeah. Huh. Well, Nick? It was a pretty wishy-washy testimony, wasn't it? You're not gonna press further on that? Should start working on the contradictions. Sorry. I wish I could be more helpful. I wish I could call my sister. Okay. Well, fine. Found it. Probably slipped the boat back. Alright, I'll press on this just to be sure. Where did the sound come from? Yeah, well, I wasn't too sure about that. I looked around, you know. Did you look at the lake? Yeah, I looked. Looked out over the lake, didn't notice the boat. Wasn't there a boat on the lake? Order! Order! Well, Mr. Butts? Whoa. Everybody just calm down, okay? I mean, it was real foggy that night. I'm not sure whether there was a boat out there or not. Oh, okay, no problem. That's just the most important part of this case. Alright, so for the single gunshot, I went home. Okay, but, thing is... Wait a minute. Yep, Lotta's deposition. Well, wait a sec, Larry. What? You only heard one bang? You're sure? That's what I said. But Miss Lotta Hart testified yesterday that she heard 2 bangs. And the old man just now said the same thing. They both heard 2 gunshots that night. Huh? Were you even listening? Were you paying attention at all to what they said? Yo, Nick, please. Huh? You know, something's been bothering me. I'm a witness, see? I'm like a customer here. So you gotta treat me nice and stuff, okay? That's not how this works, okay? Mr. Butts. What? You only heard 1 gunshot? Are you sure? Well, to tell you the truth, I'm not sure. Huh? Not sure? How could you not be sure? Yeah, well, I, might have missed the other gunshot. I was, listening to something else. Something else? My radio, dude. On my headphones. What? Order. Order. And stop that booing. Booing in a courtroom. Okay, yeah, this is Judge Judy now. But Mr. Butts, you were listening to a radio on earphones? Yeah, so what? That a crime? I listen to my radio. Everybody listens to the radio. What's the big deal? Mr. Von Karma, your opinion? Waste of time. I do not accept this witness, nor his shoddy testimony. Well, Mr. Wright, should he continue the testimony? Might as well? Your Honor, please allow the witness to continue his testimony. Bah! Nothing is more pitiful than a lawyer who doesn't know when he's lost. Very well, Mr. Butts. Please give your testimony and be sure to include details like your radio. Right, leave it to me. I wouldn't if there were any other way out of this. Believe me. Alright, what Larry heard. It's lonely being alone on Christmas Eve. That's why I was listening to an all-request show on the radio, see? I was listening to it real booming loud like. But I'm sure I heard that gunshot. I remember exactly what the DJ was saying when I heard it too. You were listening to your radio at a high volume? Yeah, what's the big problem? Can a man listen to his radio in peace? Isn't this a free country? I truly believe Larry has no idea what the problem here is. Judge, can you believe a word this witness says? What he heard was probably nothing more than a drum beat from the radio. True enough, it is difficult to believe this testimony. Wait, Your Honor. The witness said he remembers exactly what the DJ said when he heard the gunshot. Excuse me? DJ? Are you talking about the Street Fighter fighter? No, an announcer. The guy who says things on the radio. Anyway, what this means is, when he heard the sound, no music was playing. The DJ only talks between songs, so he could have heard the gunshot from the lake. I'd like to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor. Very well, Mr. Wright. Can't believe I'm continuing this charade. Actually, it's a charade. No, it's charade. It is, in fact, charade. Okay, silent E and whatnot. Go ahead, real booming light, nothing I can really press on there. Yeah, okay, you heard the gunshot. So, what was this DJ saying, dog? Mr. Wright, please cease these pointless questions. What possible good could knowing what a radio DJ said do us? Indeed, Mr. Von Karma has a point. I'll allow the question only if you see some reason why we should care. We should care. Your Honor, of course we should. Why? Well, how do you know if we don't ask, huh? Fine, very well. Mr. Butts, please testify to the court. What was the radio announcer saying when you heard the gunshot? Just when she said, "Hey, it's almost Christmas," I heard the gunshot. Are you sure? Of course I am. She had this real sexy voice. Maybe Von Karma was right. I'm not sure how that helped us at all. This is the most ludicrous testimony I've ever heard. But there is one gleaming ray of hope in there. Gotta press it until we get to the bottom of what happened. Yeah. I'm just gonna go back to it. DJ was saying in a real sexy voice, "It's almost Christmas." I'm going to present the lake photo here. Because he heard the gunshot and the DJ said, "It's almost Christmas." But it was Christmas when this picture was taken. When the fatal shot happened. Larry, are you absolutely sure what you're saying is correct? Huh? What's with the face? You look scary, dude. Hey, if you're trying to scare me, you better know I don't scare that easy. You're crying. Is something the matter, Mr. Wright? Your Honor, did you hear what the witness just said? The DJ said, "Hey, it's almost Christmas," when he heard the gunshot. Indeed, and almost Christmas means it wasn't Christmas. Do you realize what this means? When he heard the gunshot, it was still Christmas Eve. That would seem to be the case, yes. But he should have heard that gunshot after midnight. This photograph is irrefutable proof of this fact. Let's see what the time was on the photo taken when the gun triggered Miss Hart's camera. 12:25:015. 15 minutes after midnight on Christmas Day. I wonder if people from other countries where they use different date formats are looking at this just like, wow, yeah, that's just really weird. I mean, because, well, I'm sure localization, took care of that, but still, that's, food for thought. This is a clear contradiction, Your Honor. Order! What does this mean? The two prior witnesses heard gunshots after midnight. However, this witness says he heard a gunshot before midnight. Judge, the answer is simple. The current witness is plainly mistaken. Just look at him. Suspicious. What? Well, Mr. Wright, what do you think about Mr. Butts' claim he heard the gunshot before midnight? Larry's right. Larry's not mistaken, Your Honor. He heard that gunshot before midnight. Intriguing. I'm assuming you have evidence for this wild claim. Show me evidence there was a gunshot before midnight. Okay, well, it's not irrefutable evidence, like, actual physical evidence, but I have a hunch. Because the weapon was fired 3 times. Larry heard 1 gunshot. Uncle Dad and Lotta Hart heard 2 gunshots. Maybe, just maybe, if you add them all together, you get 3. This is my evidence. The murder weapon? Something about this pistol was bothering me, Your Honor. Both of the witnesses who testified yesterday heard 2 gunshots. However, the murder weapon was fired 3 times. When, then, was the last shot fired? Only now have I realized the truth. That 3rd shot was the one Larry heard just before midnight. Order! Order! I guess that would make sense out of yesterday's testimonies. Bah! You waste your time again with your empty statements. Yes, the pistol was fired 3 times. But do you have any proof that it was fired before midnight? Do you have proof that the witness didn't just think he heard something? Indeed. Well, Mr. Wright, there's no turning back now. Do you have evidence that proves there was a gunshot before midnight? Do you have evidence that proves Mr. Butts wasn't just hearing things? Okay. Hear me out here. Lotta's Lotta's camera automatically takes pictures when loud noises are detected, right? And this picture was taken by her camera at 11:50 on Christmas Eve. I don't know about you, but 10 minutes before midnight, that sounds like almost the next day to me. Look at this photograph. Doesn't it make you laugh? It was taken by our witness yesterday. Miss Lotta Hart was here to say with her automatic camera. The timestamp on the photo reads December 24th, 11:50 p.m. Oh yeah? But there's nothing on the lake in this picture. Your Honor, the real issue here is not why nothing is shown in this photograph. It is why this photograph exists at all. What do you mean? Your Honor, this photograph was taken by an automatic camera. That camera was set to go off in response to loud noises. Aha! Correct. There was a loud noise on the lake at 11:50 p.m. That is why this photograph was taken. In other words, there was a gunshot at the time that Larry claims. Order! Order! That would make sense of the evidence we've seen so far. However, this leaves me wondering exactly what did happen that night on the lake. Exactly. This is true, there were 2 sets of gunshots separated by 25 minutes. One at 11:50, another at 15 minutes after midnight. Why, I ask you? Why? Uh-oh, I better think of something quick. Wait a second. Gunshot separated by 25 minutes? What's wrong, Nick? I have it. I have it! Huh? Remember the case with the steel samurai? Huh? Yeah, of course I remember. The murderer in this case had the same idea as the murderer in that case. What do you mean? Maya. Yes? If we don't figure this out now, we'll never overturn Edgeworth's guilty verdict. I've got a hunch. I'm going to run with it. Right. I mean, is this safe? Safe? We already got a guilty verdict. We have nothing to lose. You just watch and let me know if I say anything that sounds fishy, okay? Right, Nick? Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Wright? Testimony just now has cleared up this entire case. What do you mean, Mr. Wright? Tisk, tisk, tisk. So you finally realized the truth. There can be no other murderer here than Miles Edgeworth himself. Wrong, Von Karma. A man was shot that night, but it wasn't Edgeworth who did the shooting. Listen, rookie. Take a deep breath and consider the facts. At the time of the murder, 1 boat was on that lake. This was shown by the witness's photograph. The defendant, Edgeworth, and the victim, Robert Hammond, were on that boat. There was a gunshot fired on that boat, and Robert Hammond fell into the lake. The distance of the shooting was 1 meter. Couldn't have been suicide. Well, the guilty party has to be the other man on that boat. I admit it is hard to imagine any other possibility. Yes, but this assumes that the victim was shot at 15 minutes after midnight. What do you mean by that, Mr. Wright? We have photographic evidence of the time of the shooting. The timestamp on the photo says 0:15. But Larry heard a gunshot 25 minutes before that. Robert Hammond was killed then, 25 minutes before the shot on the lake. That's the only way that Edgeworth could be innocent. Mr. Wright, are you quite mad? Explain who this is sitting on the boat. Okay. Oh, great. Phone. Let me take care of this real quick. Alright, and back. Okay. So we've determined, or we have a hunch, that Robert Hammond was killed 25 minutes before this picture was taken. So that means that, you know, I mean, like, I don't think there's a necromancer in the Phoenix Wright universe who was able to reanimate the body to set this up. So it couldn't be the murderer and Hammond. Couldn't be Edgeworth and Hammond. Maybe it was Edgeworth and the murderer. Of course, it was Edgeworth and the murderer. After the murderer killed Robert Hammond at 11:50, he assumed the guise of Mr. Hammond and met Edgeworth. What? Are you serious? Yes, Edgeworth won't tell us why he went to the lake that night. However, I have a hunch. That night, Robert Hammond called Edgeworth to the lake. Now, Edgeworth didn't know Robert Hammond's face that well. That's why he didn't suspect anything when the murderer took Robert Hammond's place. I'm not sure what to make of all this. Ludicrous! Mr. Wright, tell us the name of the murderer then. The murderer's name? Right, it's Lotta Hart! It's not Miles. We don't have any proof it's Lotta, so I don't know. Actually, I don't know the murderer's name. You don't know? Bah! Again, you waste my time. I don't know because he never told us. What? The murderer is the caretaker of the boat shop, that old man. Your uncle, Dad? No! At 11:50, he was the one who killed Robert Hammond. The caretaker of the boat shop? Where did he do this? There weren't any boats on the lake then. Why would he have to go all the way out on the lake just to shoot someone? May I suggest that the real scene of this crime was not in a boat? What? Well then, where did the murder take place? Show the judge where the murder really took place. Could you at least zoom in a bit on this? Okay, fine. It was Lotta's car. No. It was the hot dog stand. No. It was the only place that's enclosed. Here, of course, the boat shop where he lives. That way he can meet with the victim without anyone seeing. Do you have proof that the boat shop was the scene of the crime? Recall Larry's testimony, if you will. That night, he was out on the lake in a boat, searching for something. He finds it and returns the boat. Then, just as he's starting to head for home, he hears a gunshot. He heard a gunshot, Your Honor, even though he was wearing headphones at the time. In other words, the gunshot was very, very close by. And where would that be if he had just returned a boat? The boat shop. Mr. Wright, what happened that night on Gort Lake? Please tell the court from the beginning. Yes, Your Honor. Nick, are you sure about this? Not really. But I think if I start at the very beginning, and I take it slow, I might just be able to figure this out. That night, the caretaker of the boat shop called Robert Hammond to his shop. This was around 11:50. That was when the gunshot that Larry heard was fired. After that, the caretaker put on Robert Hammond's coat. He became Robert Hammond. Then he got in the boat with Edgeworth and went out into the middle of the lake. Then, who fired the pistol on the boat, Mr. Wright? I mean, dude's prints were on the gun, but I mean, you know, I guess we could lie and say it was boat shop caretaker? Of course, it was the murderer who shot the pistol. He shot twice. Both missed Edgeworth on purpose. Wait a minute. Yes? Why would he shoot twice if he didn't mean to hit anyone? Details. Know this, Mr. Wright. The moment you run out of explanations is the moment you lose. Tell us why the murderer had to fire twice. Well, obviously because the first shot missed, but he wanted to create a witness. You know, people fire a warning shot to get attention, so ergo that. I believe he shot twice to create a witness, Your Honor. Create a witness? The murderer lifts his pistol and fires one shot. That ensures that anyone who heard the shot would look at the lake. Indeed, Miss Hart did exactly that after hearing the first gunshot. Next, the murderer waits a bit and he fires again. Then, the murderer jumps from the boat himself, leaving the pistol in the boat behind him. I see. To someone looking from the edge of the lake, it would appear that one of the men on the boat had shot the other. The murderer didn't know about the automatic camera, of course. That's why he shot twice, to draw attention to the boat. Once you realize that, everything else falls into place. The boat shop caretaker swam back to his shop. Then he put Mr. Hammond's wet coat back on the body, and threw the body into the lake. This is what happened, Your Honor. These are the events that transpired that night on Gourd Lake. Bailiff, bring out the witness from before. The boat shop caretaker, quickly. Very well. While we are waiting for the caretaker, I would like to ask the defendant, Miles Edgeworth, a few questions. Mr. Edgeworth, please take the stand. Mr. Edgeworth, you heard what the defense has said. Yes. Well, why did you go to the lake that night? What Wright has said was mostly correct. Astoundingly so, actually. Yes. Several days ago I received a letter. The letter was signed Robert Hammond. He asked me to come to the boat shop by the lake at midnight on Christmas Eve. He said he had something very important to discuss with me. Something important? I'm sorry, I can't say what it was. Your Honor. Oh, Your Honor, sir! Bailiff, we are conducting a trial here. I ask that you remain quiet. The witness has disappeared. He isn't at the boat shop either. What? What should I do? Find him, quickly. We cannot allow him to get away. Uh-oh. Mr. Von Karma, your witness has disappeared. A search warrant has already been issued. It goes without saying that I cannot declare a verdict under these circumstances. I will extend the trial until tomorrow, the final day allowed. I request that the police department utilize all its forces to find that witness. Am I understood? One more thing. Just who is that boat shop caretaker? I think his identity has become very important to this trial. I want him, and I want to know who he is. Very well. Court is adjourned. Uncle Dad has gone missing. Interesting. Yay, Nick, you did it! Yeah. Well, at least we got out from under that guilty verdict. And what about Larry? That was something else. Even Von Karma didn't know what to do with his testimony. Larry really helped us out. Sure, once I sifted through his unique testimony. Still, he did save us. I just wish our cases weren't so down to the wire all the time. I know what you mean. Sometimes I feel like it's us on trial instead of our clients. It's almost like we're playing a game or something, huh? Anyway, hey Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth? Did you say something? Don't look so pained. I mean, it looks like you're probably going to get off the hook. You could try to smile just a little. Relax. I'm sorry, but I fear it's not over for me yet. What do you mean? Right. There's something that's been troubling me for a long time now. And I don't know whether or not to tell you. Edgeworth? No, there's so little time left. I want to tell you to get it off my chest, but... I can't make up my mind. What is this about, Edgeworth? It's a nightmare I've had. A memory of a crime that I committed. A crime you committed? A memory of a murder. What? So yeah, that's a cliffhanger and a half right there. Yeah. Uncle Dad is now a prime suspect in this trial, but he's gone missing. And now Edgeworth is telling us that he's been having nightmares about a murder he committed. This is getting real deep indeed. Next time, the last day of investigation begins. Thank you all for watching. Have a great day. See you next time for some more Let's Play Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Goodbye.